let's do that
Okay,
today.
have you
All
got
right.
some music?
Yep. Ba da ba 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 da da ba 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 da 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 ba da 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 da
Two
ba da
guys
da
on a
da
journey
da
to
da
make
da
some
ba da
amends.
da
Hey, don't
da
you mean
da da da
almonds?
ba
We're
da
going
da
from
da
the
da
start
da
to the
ba
end.
da 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 da
Are we
da
gonna break
ba
or
da
are we
da
gonna
da da
bend?
da
Two
ba da
friends
da
making
da
amends.
da da.
Hi, I'm Dave, and this is Making Almonds. I am with my fellow friend.
I'm fellow friend. Hey guys, I'm Ryan. Welcome to Making Almonds with Dave and I. We're here today to talk about reconciliation. I think is the topic point we're going for. So, Dave, you want to take us away with that on what you think about reconciliation? If you've had any recent experiences or feelings towards the matter.
Mm. I think of reconciliation and I think of reconciliation socially. So, say with our history, reconciling white and black, reconciling with friends and past enemies, reconciling with different impulses that one has in life. That's probably the one that I have to deal with on a day-to-day level the most. Do you ever have trouble reconciling different values that you have, Ryan?
Yeah, definitely a little bit. Very well spoken there. You recently reached out to a couple people from your past and attempted to reconcile with them. So you're well on a journey to learning more about it and doing those things. So it's really good to see. With me, I have had to reconcile more so with myself in a few matters, and then maybe members of the family or a friend or two in which I wanted to not necessarily make things right, but just trying to be more apparent in the time that we spent together and make more effort and try and do a bit more going forward.
Mm. Do you think you can? I suppose it's moving into the forgiveness territory, but do you feel like you can reconcile with someone without actually talking to them again and attempting to associate with them again?
Uh, yeah, sometimes to reconcile, like it's to sort of just let things happen. But I think if you want to truly, you have to
Mm.
make that effort and talk with that person. I don't think it can be done just with time and letting things go past.
Mhm.
That does help things heal and make it a bit easier down the track. Although it could leave them to linger and think about them more, give them more time to think about you in a negative way. So maybe if you get to the problem sooner rather than later, it'd be easy to reconcile. But obviously, it's different situations,
Mm.
personalities. You understand the
Indeed.
thought around it. But yeah, no, it's really good.
Mm.
This is a good topic.
I'm a
How?
bit worried. Sorry.
Yeah. What are you worried
I'm a
about?
bit worried because there's a person I've decided to not talk to. I've basically ghosted them, but I write to them in my diary. And
Okay.
I've got this relationship with them, even though it's just a figment. They're going about their days, and they probably think that I hate them. But in this fictional world that I've created in my diary, I have written them a letter, and I think they would be, understanding. My figment is understanding, but to them, it's just me shutting them off. And when I see them down the street or randomly somewhere, they're going to think, fuck you. And I'll be like, hey, but the figment was a-okay. I've been like writing these letters to you. Oh,
Oh, that's really healthy, actually. Some people may think it's a little, uh, I guess, strange or abnormal, but I think it's really good to. Sometimes you got to create a wonderland in which you can talk to someone and hope someone thinks about you in a certain way. It just helps you understand things a little bit better. Do you care to share maybe a passage from something you wrote, if it's not too
okay.
personal or something you can find that you can just talk about that'll make it?
I can probably paraphrase, go
Hmm.
from memory. So basically, it's, hey, da 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 da.
Yep.
I know I haven't spoken to you, but I think about you a lot. And sometimes when I go about my day and something funny happens, I understand that you would laugh at that situation. And when I laugh, it feels like I'm sharing the laughter with you, the mental person. Um, the mental, yeah, a couple of mental people in the story. We share this laughter, and I know that many people, or actually, I don't think I'll meet another person quite like you and who can share the same sense of humor that I do and the same sense of sensibility that I do. And it's sad, but I feel like you will destroy me if I spend time with you. So I hope you can understand, and like there's some kind of respect there.
That's really lovely, David. Thank you for sharing that. Do you find it easier to obviously it's easier to talk about it in this way, and it would obviously be harder to translate it in person. Do you feel that it's becoming um, more and more easier for you to reconcile things by doing it this way? You've actually inspired me to maybe write a letter, so maybe next time we get together for a conversation, I can get something
Oh,
together and share with you because that sounds really moving and
mm.
sounds like a really good thing to do.
It's like saying goodbye to myself
Mm.
by breaking up with this friend, a part of myself anyway. And maybe if I write this figment or write a letter to this figment and acknowledge that this figment is there, it's welcoming back that part of myself again. Mm. Now, I'd love to learn more about the person you have in mind. Could you elaborate much?
Yeah, so um, it'd be a few of the friends that I grew up with from a younger age, just a couple of
Mm.
guys, and then maybe more so into my early 20s when I was living in share houses and living with people who I became really close friends with, and I had to obviously got to experience life with them. They were going through their own things, I was going through mine, and then at times we get together, we'd laugh, we'd game, we'd drink, we'd
Mm.
do many crazy things. So to a fair, I just want to say a lot. It should be a lot. It should just be a few. You should have thoughts and feelings, and I guess an attraction to want to understand more about these people and how they are and what they're doing. I don't. I want to say it's almost a little creepy in a way, but I'm kind of like still sort of engaged with a few of these people on social media, so I'm seeing their life when they're choosing to upload it in portions of segments, and I'm just that little creep in the back that's just like cheering on with the foam finger because I'm a big fan of them, and like
Mm.
I don't know if like it's better that they don't know that, and I think this is where it relates a little bit to where you're talking about where
Mm.
you're having that figment, where I have that figment of me still being in their life and supporting them, but obviously not being in their life and supporting them at all. But I have that feeling of like,
Mm.
I think very highly of them. I see what they're doing and I'm like, wow, that's so amazing. I wish I could share that with you. But at the same time, that's your moment. And I'm so glad that you've been able to encapsulate it
Mm.
because it's important to you and that's why you're sharing it to the world. And I guess part of that world is me and I can chime in and say
Mm.
what you're doing. So for me, that's been cool. So
Do you
um,
leave a like?
I some if it's a story, no.
Yeah.
That's a bit weird because it'll come up in a message that it says. But if they posted something like even if people I don't talk to, I'll like their posts. I might try and leave a cheeky comment, but
Mm.
I stay away from that. But definitely in the like category of anything anyone that's my friend, new or
Mm.
far that I talk to or don't talk to.
So the distance thing is not because you think they will destroy you. It's more of a convenience thing or an inconvenience thing.
Partly. I think, yeah, they will destroy me, or I have in ways destroyed them, which is probably the demoralizing part, which is why I'm not in their front row cheering them on. I'm
Mhm.
also in the back hiding in the shadows going, woo.
Wow,
Um,
you enable them?
uh, not necessarily. It's just like you would think, oh, maybe they didn't like me anymore because of this, or just because we grew older, or because we just grew apart, or they just, you know, just found a new thing in life. So I don't try and harp on it too much. It would be like nice to know, and it'd be good to get an understanding, but then at the same time, some things are best left unsaid. I don't want something that would make me want to ask more questions, or I like things how they are. The unknown is scary, but it's also still the unknown. So you don't have to worry too much about things that you don't think about all the time. And if I tried to, I guess, rehabilitate those things in my life, it would not cause problems, but it would definitely cause me um, more than what I'm dealing with right now.
Okay, so there
That
might
makes
be an
sense.
awkward conversation of, oh, why don't we hang out anymore? Do you want to hang out again?
Yeah, exactly,
Cringe.
and yeah, and it's that consistent, and that's where probably things fell apart because there wasn't that consistency to begin with. So it's like, why are we trying to bring it back now? But no, just know anyone out there that I've passed across the way. I'm very proud of you and thankful for your time that you spent in my life, and hope you're doing well. So um, it's been good, and thank you for asking that. That's really been helpful for me to think about that and talk about that. Maybe I should write something down, and it will help me. Um,
Oh, I'd love that.
we'll call it the figment section, the figment show.
Yeah.
Nah, we already got a name. Already got a. Nah, it's cool though. It's really good thoughts there, Dave.
Oh, fig and almond, maybe something like
Oh,
that.
we opened at a
Deep into
cafe
that.
or a talk show. I love it.
And how do you feel about reconciling with your friends and family? It's getting close to Christmas. Is that something that you have to think about?
A little bit, though it sucks because my last few Christmases I get to this time of year and I go, oh, I really need to spend more time with these people and reach out to these people. And then it gets to the Christmas after, and have I done any of those things? No. So I think it's important to just know that the people you are spending time with, you just try and be as present as possible in those moments. And then when you are, you can understand how good they are, and then that may lead you to reach out and pursue that with those that you don't spend as much time with. So I think that's what's going to be most important for me this festive season. How about you? How are you going to choose to spend your time?
Ooh.
And are you, maybe we should do not a 12 days of Christmas, but a little, I don't know, little thing
Yeah,
where we
12
do one
minutes.
thing each day where we maybe message
Uh,
someone,
oh,
or we
okay.
just send someone a heartfelt message, or
Mm,
we do something for someone. Let's try and find um, something within the
indeed.
next week. We've still got a little bit of time, but it
Mhm.
is giving season, so we should try and find something
I've
to
been thinking about
share.
mangoes. So I'm just trying to find the best way to express your love for someone Christmas time. A lot of the time in the past, I was thinking chocolates. You give them chocolates, but I get kind of sick of chocolate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
chocolates aren't good for
Christmas
you.
time, Easter time, yes. With
Anyone can buy.
mangoes.
Anyone can go and buy chocolate. All right,
Mm,
chocolate is good. But if you're at a farmer's market, you see a fresh punnet of blueberries, or you see mangoes, or you see something, you share that. So I was in a cafe eating lunch with my mum
uh,
a bit ago. Some guy, and it was a flower shop too, beautiful place. It's in Port Macquarie. And he just had his bag of lemons, and he was just handing them out to people. And my mum's like, was just like so happy about it. He's just like, yeah, it's just my parents' tree at their farm. They just have all these lemons falling off. How cool is
it's
that? He just got
lovely.
some free lemons. So definitely mangoes, fruit. I love some fruit.
Mm,
So cherries are delicious in season at the moment. Um,
indeed.
nectarines, peaches. It's my favorite time of year for fruit. So
Mm.
if you're thinking about
Oh, I guess
fruit,
to be on theme, should we give out almonds?
you can slide some almonds and nuts into a fruit platter.
Okay, fantastic.
And figs are a fruit too. Just a
You're
thought.
onto it. I've been giving out some mangoes. I was, what would it be? MIA from a work party. So there was this lunch on, and I was planning to go. I said I'd go, and it just didn't exist for me on the day. I thought, oh crap, I didn't go. And now I have this reconciling gesture of giving out mangoes. So I got to find each person who was at the lunch and give them a mango. What do you think of that?
How many mangoes?
I think I've got 6 mangoes. So I had 3 like 3 in a bag things. Like I bought a lot of those 3 in the bag bags.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And so I was thinking, would it be good to give each person 3 mangoes in a bag, or should I open up the bag and give them 1 each? And I was thinking, law of diminishing benefits, probably best just to give them 1 mango. They might get sick of mangoes and they might never want any mangoes, and next Christmas I'll be screwed when I don't go to the subsequent Christmas lunch.
You can never get enough of mangoes.
Mm.
I can never get enough of mangoes, but no, it's a gift to giving. So whether some people might not even like mangoes or know what it is, but just to receive something that isn't chocolate would be nice. It's too hot for chocolate too. As soon as you hand it over, it melt in your hand. So
indeed. And there's the other trade of giving people beer. So if someone does something nice to you, you give them a slab of beer. But then I was talking to the friend who I think might destroy me, and he said that that's fueling alcoholism in Australia. I shouldn't be doing that.
it is a little bit. Now I do have a few topics and opinions about that. It's all about control. Though at this time of year, and I'm going to do it with people I work with, I'm going to buy them alcohol. And it's not to be like, I want you to drink all of this in one go. But when I hand it to them, I'm going to say, I want you to have just a cup on Christmas and think of what you've done and just where you're at. And I just want you to enjoy. I just want just to be the drink that you pour and you sit there, have a moment to yourself. If there's people around you, great, but I just want you to have a moment for you. There's a guy I work with who has a partner. I'll get him like a nice little cocktail mix, and I'm like, I want you to share these with your partner. Maybe one night you're having dinner or you're watching a movie, just crack these open and just have a moment. Don't think of me. Don't think of Christmas. Don't think of anything. Just it's that time of year where we just need to sit back. We need to reflect. We need to maybe reconcile a little bit with ourselves. So I think that's going to be my gift this year. I'm not going to get you alcohol. I do have something for you though, David. I'm quite excited to share it with you. I'll make an appointment sometime soon to drop it in.
Maybe you can get me one of those singlets so I can put it on my background. Number 1, you can be 0, I'll be 1.
All right, I'll look into it. Where would you hang it from? Your aircon?
Bridge? Yeah, East River. Yes,
I love your backdrop though. You got some nice decor. You got a curtain, a plant, some pictures. This is at your home, isn't it?
It is my home.
That corner, yeah, beautiful.
Well observed. Would you like to see the rest of my home? So I'll just do a 360.
I have visited.
My bed, my kitchen, and behind that wall is a toilet, and you will never be able to see that toilet, audience member.
Sad.
It's too much. I can't give you everything. I need some bit of privacy to hold on to.
Oh, it's all we have these days, isn't it? Mangoes and a little bit of privacy.
Yeah. Well, I might move into mango toilet time. High five. Boom. Thanks, Ryan.
Wonderful talking with you, Dave.
Any news for the channel?
All right, guys. It's official. Making Almonds is on YouTube. We're going to start regularly uploading episodes, hopefully once a week, maybe a few more, see what we have in the vault. Love talking with my friend Dave here, and we've got some feedback from some people that we've shared with, and we really appreciate your support. So we'll be taking Making Almonds to YouTube. We'll start up a Facebook and an Instagram just to keep it nice and simple. We'd appreciate your support so far and your support going forward. And if you have any comments or things you'd like to share, we would love to hear from you. And I just want to say thank you again for taking the time. Thank you, Dave, for doing this with me. This has been an awesome journey so far. And welcome to Making Almonds.
That deserves a high 10. Hey. All right. See you soon.
Be good, be kind, be friendly. Thank you, everyone.